There's one truth that many football fans refuse to admit. Brazil is always considered one of the favorites to win every World Cup. But once the knockout stage begins, they also become one of the teams under the greatest pressure. This time, standing in their way is Japan, a nation that may not boast world-famous superstars, but one that has repeatedly proven it can make even the biggest football giants uncomfortable. So, will this be another routine victory for the Seleção, or the night the world witnesses yet another Asian football miracle? Brazil enters this match as one of football's greatest powerhouses. The most successful nation in World Cup history, with 5 titles, countless legends, and a style of attacking football admired across generations. Even without Neymar at his peak, Brazil still possesses incredible squad depth. Explosive talents like Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Matheus Cunha, and a midfield full of energy and creativity mean they can decide a match with just a single moment of brilliance. Brazil's biggest strength remains individual quality. When a game becomes tight and tactical, they always have players capable of changing everything with a magical dribble, a thunderous strike, or a flash of genius. Their experience on football's biggest stage is another advantage that Japan simply cannot match. But Brazil is far from perfect. In recent years, they have often struggled against disciplined teams that defend compactly and counterattack with pace. They can dominate possession for long periods, but sometimes lack the cutting edge when it matters most. Their fullbacks also tend to push high up the pitch, leaving dangerous spaces behind, something that has cost them dearly in previous World Cups. On the other side stands Japan, undoubtedly the strongest representative of Asian football today. They may not have the individual stars that Brazil possesses, but what they do have is a team that functions like a perfectly engineered machine. Tactical discipline, relentless work rate, and an incredible fighting spirit have become the identity of the Blue Samurai. Japan is no longer a team that simply sits back and defends. They are willing to press high, transition at incredible speed, and challenge even the world's elite. Their famous victories over Germany and Spain at the 2022 World Cup proved one thing: Japan fears no one anymore. Their greatest strength lies in their collective organization. Every player understands their role. They move constantly, combine with quick one-touch passing, and become extremely dangerous whenever they launch counterattacks. However, Japan also has weaknesses. Against teams filled with elite dribblers and relentless attacking pressure inside the penalty area, their defense can still be exposed. And if they concede early, they'll be forced to push forward, leaving dangerous spaces for Brazil's lightning-fast attackers to exploit. When it comes to head-to-head history, Brazil clearly holds the upper hand. The two nations have met several times in international friendlies and major competitions, with the Seleção winning the vast majority of those encounters. Japan has always fought bravely, but they have often lacked the experience and composure needed in decisive moments. That reflects the historical gap between the two footballing traditions. Brazil represents flair, creativity, and generations of football legends. Every World Cup, their only acceptable objective is lifting the trophy. Japan, meanwhile, symbolizes the remarkable rise of Asian football. They have never won the World Cup, but with every tournament, they move one step closer to joining football's elite. And here's where things get controversial. Many people believe Brazil is vastly superior and should comfortably beat Japan. But is that really true in modern football? When it comes to tactical organization, pressing intensity, and maintaining discipline for 90 minutes, Japan might actually have the edge. Brazil still possesses superior individual talent, but in today's game, a perfectly organized team can sometimes be even more dangerous than a collection of superstars. If Brazil scores first, the match could unfold exactly as most people expect. But if Japan survives the opening 30 minutes, the pressure will begin to shift onto the Seleção. Frustration could creep in, and that's exactly when the Blue Samurai become their most dangerous. So perhaps the biggest question isn't whether Brazil has the better players, because they probably do. The real question is whether individual brilliance is still enough to overcome one of the most disciplined teams in world football. If Japan manages to eliminate Brazil, should we still call it an upset? Or is it simply the moment we finally stop assuming Brazil will win just because they're Brazil? Let me know your prediction in the comments below.